Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I will detail the story of Baby Jap, also known as Jap 3 from 107 Hoover. Baby Jap was born Kevin Morgan on April 10th, 1970. He came from humble beginnings. In his early life, he moved in various areas, like the Nickerson Garden Projects in Watts, which is controlled by the Bounty Hunter Bloods. He also lived in various areas in Compton. But the area that shaped him into what he would become would be in South Central, and in a 107 Hoover's turf to be exact. By the 80s, Baby Jap became fully invested in the gang life, and the streets of South Central were wicked. The 80s and 90s being some of the deadliest times in LA history, with 92 being LA's peak year for crime. Growing up in Los Angeles in the 80s, the influx of guns and drugs and gangs would take over the streets. Turf wars and gang wars became the norm, and body dropping would be an everyday occurrence. And being a Hoover Crip wouldn't be easy either. The Hoovers are a collective of gangs under the Hoover umbrella, and they will become one of the most hated gangs in Los Angeles, having beef with Crip, Blood, and some SA gangs. And where the 107 Hoovers were situated, they had a lot of close enemies, like gangs aligned to the Rollin' Hunted Crips, which are a collective of several gangs, as well as the Denver Lane Bloods, and also SA gangs like South Los. The 107 Hoovers, also known as the Salos, were founded in the mid-70s. Their early rivals would be the same top rivals they have now. It's easy for Baby Jap to join the Hoovers, with his family ties being based in the Hoovers, with several family members being in the gang. Continuing his family gang ties would lead to Jap wanting to make his own name. He became well known for being a squabbler, fighting rivals all throughout his middle school and high school years. Even with being small in stature, he didn't turn nothing down. Jap wanted to be respected and wanted to rep his gang well, so he would do whatever to show people he was built for whatever came at him. Jap became so invested in street life, he was catching cases as young as 13 years old, and going to juvenile hall became a consistent thing. And going back and forth to juvenile hall even furthered his rep, making his name ring from the streets to the juvenile system. Outside of his hands, Jap was good with a shank, and was quick to use a shank in any issue, as fast as he was quick to use his hands. With being in the streets at that time point, going to jail for most gangbangers was a badge of honor. With most being underage, they couldn't go to the adult prison system. They were sent to Youth Authority, also known as YA, and Gladiator School, and YA was just as bad as prison. YA was all about fighting and violence. That came with the territory of putting a bunch of young gang members from various parts of California in the same system. And Jap had to experience YA for 7 years, which he got YA life for a kidnapping charge. While in YA, Jap focused on school, which he graduated high school in YA, and also working out, which became an intimidating factor and boosted his image and made him more feared. After being released, Jap went back to the streets, and the streets will always come with pain in his life, to losing several family members and friends, to going back and forth to prison, serving multiple bids. Even though Jap was in and out of prison, he played a role in his kids' lives and taught them how to handle themselves on the streets and also in life. When he wasn't serving time, he was preparing his kids for what they faced being in the hood and how to move militant.
Well, basically, like living with my pops and stuff, he started training us different. Like when he was raising us, he just used to have us like real militant, and everybody used to wonder and be thinking like, man, he hard on his kids, like he be tripping. But in all reality, I feel like he was just showing me the real. Like, and I end up growing up being a different type of individual because I've seen so much at a young age. It's like
Jap outside of the streets by 2006 had a chance to show a talent that many didn't know about, which was his rapping skills. Robert Lewis from Rectable Records and Charles Big Chuck Stetton for Drama Family Entertainment paired together to produce a double disc album and also a documentary, giving several gang members from several hoods all over South Central a chance to get exposure and potentially a chance in the industry. And the documentary would give a face to the artists and also their recording process. Several Hoover gang members would take part in the album as well as the documentary, and Jap would be one of those Hoover rappers.
It's documentary. I'm from Westside Hoover. I'm Baby Jap. Say low.
Yeah.
But motherfuckers know me as a real nigga. I let the world judge me. I'm not God, so I don't judge no man, right? But I'm broke. I'm broke and I'm trying to make it in this rap game. I gang bang, homie. Just know I gang bang. And after this, I'll probably be dead. But look, I want to tell you something. I had a long life. I seen gang bangers die at 12 years old. My nigga Chipmunk made the 3rd Street Hoover. 12 years old, it fucked me up. But it didn't change me though. It made me more angry.
But Jap's career never got to take off, with him being sent back to prison for several years. Half of Jap's life was spent in prison, with him serving over 7 years in the juvenile system and around 15 years in the prison system. While he was in prison on his last bid, His son will also become a 107 Hoover by the name of Jap 5. Jap 5 became a well-known Los Angeles rapper, known for his street reputation as well as his rapping skills, which he was making a name for himself and building a major buzz. And Jap 5 credited his dad as being a major source on why he way he is.
Yeah, that's why you gotta just move different. Especially with your children, you gotta move different, because you gonna show them what you don't show them, somebody else just gonna show them. So it's like, I'd rather just be straight up.
But was your dad telling you, like, this is what gangbanging is, stay away from it, or, you know, this is what crime is like, this person breaks in houses, this person sells drugs, and like trying to tell you you don't want to do this?
No, he never told me that. But my pops is also in the streets heavy too. Like, my pops ain't like nobody else pops. Like, he different too. So with my pops being who my pops is, he didn't care about none of that stuff. Like, he was doing him, and he just made sure that he kept me on my stuff, but he never stopped doing him. Like, cause I'm under my pops. Like, my pops name Jap 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there a Jap 3 and 4?
My pops is Jap 3.
Oh.
I'm Jap 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was 2.
No, I'm saying that.
Oh, he's in
Jap
addition.
2.
Okay. Yeah. Where did your name come from, and like what does it mean exactly?
Japanese. It's like our hood name.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's Big Jap, Lil Jap. My pops is number 3. He Baby Jap. It's Tiny Jap, and then I'm 5. I'm Infant Jap.
After Jap 3 released from prison, him and his son would connect again, but with Jap 5 being arrested in 2021, the reunion would be short-lived, and Jap is still currently behind bars. With so many years in the streets, Jap 3 would take a different approach in life. He found God, and even went back to school, and began going to college, and also staying out the streets of South Central by living in Lancaster. Even though he always remained a Hoover and repped his gang to the fullest, he began to step back in the streets. But unfortunately for Jap 3, on April 21st, 2025, Jap 3 would lose his life. On April 21st, 2025, about 8 a.m., the Lancaster Sheriff Station received a call of a man bleeding in an alley along the 45,000 block of 10th Street in Lancaster. The man identified as Jap 3 was found in the alley. He was transported via ambulance to the Antelope Valley Medical Center in Lancaster, where he died to his injuries. It was alleged that Jap 3 got into a physical altercation that led to him being stabbed and dying. Many would pay respect to Jap and celebrate his life, but Jap 3's son from behind bars would feel the pain of his father's death, from behind bars making a post to his father, and the worst part, Jap 3 was killed on Jap 5's birthday. From all that Jap 3 went through in the streets, to go out the way he did was unfortunate. He was 55 years old. RIP to him. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.